Good morning, everyone. Obviously, we're in Zen mode. You know what that means. We just finished yoga with Brooke. Just relaxing, feeling calm and content before we dive into Unit 4. And we have a couple things left to do, including the keys assignment. We're chilling out, just allowing this nice, calm energy to wash over us, and we'll see how long it lasts. You know what I mean? All right, it is time for the keys assignment. I have looked at the keys, lined up my fingers, and this is a one-handed assignment, so it'll probably be somewhat easier for me, but we'll see if I get mixed up as we go. I honestly thought I was gonna nail it, and halfway through I kind of found the groove, but then nope. You know the drill. We're gonna keep at it till we get 100%. All right, catch you next time on Elated Keyboard Fails. What do we have going on behind me, you ask? What we have here is a Novation Mini Nova synthesizer, and we are doing one of our assignments, which is to record in audio and create a track. And so we're practicing recording in audio to Ableton from an external instrument. In this case, this is a synthesizer that works all on its own. So this is really cool. We're programming stuff in. A fun little assignment so far, and I'm having fun just creating a random, super basic song out of the sounds from this synthesizer. Let me show you what I got so far. So here's a cool bass sound that I made. And then I made this nice little ARP. And then I made this fun little pluck sound. So we're having fun with it. I'm not sure how produced they want this track to be, but mine's gonna be super basic because I think I'm gonna record all of my sounds using this synthesizer. Whoopsies! No vlog post today. I have to get to it first thing tomorrow morning. That's how it goes sometimes. Just gotta roll with the punches, right? That's it for me. First thing tomorrow, we are going to Fern Cafe. Roll the footage. Fern Cafe this morning. Oh yeah, that was good. Still have a little bit left. NUTELLA, LATTE, Fern Cafe, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Insanely good. Everything on their menu is 100% vegan. Let's check out what I picked up for breakfast here. This is their tofu scramble, and then the Big Mac mac and cheese, which comes with all the burger toppings, and then some treats. A s'mores cookie and a cinnamon donut. So a while ago, I actually did a pumpkin spice latte battle with a whole bunch of different coffee shops, including Fern Cafe. And so I don't know how or why, but like I've developed this cute little relationship with a couple of the coffee shops around town as a result of that, and as a result of just kind of regularly going there. So they actually graciously offered to let me try their new drink, the NUTELLA latte. If you're in Victoria, definitely go check out Fern Cafe. Not to be confused with Fernwood Cafe, which, I mean, is also good. All right, so what we're actually doing this morning, though, is we have to get the vlog posted. If you haven't seen the beginning of the week vlog, like I always say, Go check it out right now and then come right back. Let's go. All right, it's been a while, but welcome back to Future Fridays. Future Fridays is where I go over what stood out for me this week at Icon. And this episode, we are going to take a look at subtractive synthesis, aka sound design. When you hear a track in full, or there's a preset, or whatever, it seems like it's, for someone with little to no experience sound designing and maybe picking up Serum for the first time, it seems overwhelmingly impossible to achieve these kinds of sounds. So we're going to jump in here and I'm going to show you something. Here we are in Ableton and we have this pluck audio. So we open Serum up and this is what mine sounds like in comparison. Let me solo that. And there's no difference. Okay, so let's duplicate this down. Let's go menu, init preset. Okay, now we have this super basic sound. This is the very beginnings of demystifying sound design, subtractive synthesis. So let's get into here. Let's go to our basic shapes. Our basic shapes, sine, saw, triangle, very, very basic stuff. So what does this sound like? It's got an interesting tone. So let's go back to our... Okay, well, it's obviously a different sound shape than the one that we have on right now. So let's go to the next one. Okay. We're at square wave. Let's, this sounds a little bit too high up, so let's bring it down an octave here. And let's put a filter on it. Let's go back and listen to that. And so here's your ADSR. Don't worry about hold. And so this is a pluck. So we need to shorten all this down. Now let's check this out. You see me messing around with those knobs. So attack is basically the time it's going to take to hear the sound. The slower it is, the more gradual the sound will come in. In order to talk about decay, we have to talk about sustain. Sustain is basically where the sound is going to end up after the attack. And it's measured in decibels. You could put it on 0, which means it's just going to maintain the same across. And so decay is basically the time it takes until the sustain is at that decibel level. And release is the time in which you release the key or the MIDI note stops, how long it is going to basically continue to play for. Maybe I got a little bit of those definitions wrong, but I'm learning too. We're hearing this little pluck sound. Now let's go back to ours. We obviously probably want to turn down the sustain because we don't want this to just continue. We don't want it to be continuous. We want it to fall out because it's a pluck. It's already sounding better. So now let's turn down the decay time and try and tighten that time between the attack peak point and the sustain where it kicks in. So if we extend that, it maintains the volume. And we are switching back and forth. We have achieved the same sound. So you're still looking at this and maybe my explanations weren't exactly the best. So step 1, identify what shape they're using. Sine wave, square wave, saw wave, triangle wave. What does it sound like to you? Is it a super saw sound? Is it super plucky? Identify the shape, and you can do that just by scrolling through the shapes like we did. Is the top end wide open? Is the bottom end still playing? that is how you determine which kind of filter you use. As I said, you go down to the ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, release. You play around with those knobs until you get a similar feel. And so you're shaping the way that the sound is in amplitude, in tone, and in function, I guess. Whether it's going to be super long extended chords or it's going to be very short plucky chords. This is really exciting for me because this is the beginnings of sound design, and as a trance guy, there's only so many sounds out there to achieve that traditional trance sound. And so what I'm looking forward to doing with these classes is just experimenting. My biggest tip with this is find a song, find a sound, and try and recreate the sound. And that's it. Have no other motive other than trying to recreate the sound. Because I know for me, once I try to get into, oh my God, I'm using this pluck for my new track, or I need to create a supersaw for my new uplifting track, because I'm a lot more familiar with layering and tweaking rather than actually fully designing my own stuff, I'm going to fall short until I get a better grasp on it. So for me, it's about not judging where I'm at with it. This is what we learned this week that stood out for me, and that'll be it for Future Friday this week.